Welcome to Story Sprouts, where imagination and magic grow every day. So, sit back, relax, and let's dive into today's magical story. In a small, quiet town, nestled between rolling hills and sparkling rivers, there lived a boy named Leo. Leo was an adventurous child, always eager to explore the forests that stretched beyond his backyard. He spent his days climbing trees, racing, through fields, and imagining the world full of hidden wonders. But there was one thing that fascinated him more than anything else: dinosaurs. Since he was little, Leo had been obsessed with these ancient creatures. He filled his room with books, toys, and posters about dinosaurs, and his greatest dream was to find a real dinosaur fossil. Or, even better, a dinosaur egg. One warm sunny afternoon, Leo set off on his usual exploration through the forest. The air was fresh, and the trees rustled with the whispers of the wind. Leo wandered further than he usually did, drawn by an unexplained pull deep into the woods. As he trudged through the tall grass, his eyes scanning the ground for anything unusual, he suddenly noticed something glimmering beneath a pile of fallen leaves. Leo's heart skipped a beat. Could it be? He dropped to his knees, excited but cautious, and began gently brushing away the leaves. Beneath them, half buried in the dirt, was a large, cracked egg. It wasn't like any egg Leo had ever seen. It was enormous and had a shiny, almost iridescent surface. His hands trembled as he carefully picked it up. The egg was warm to the touch, and there was a faint, rhythmic movement inside it. Leo's eyes widened in awe. A dinosaur egg, Leo whispered to himself, his voice filled with excitement and disbelief. He could hardly believe his luck. He had found it. A real dinosaur egg. He clutched the egg tightly to his chest, careful not to drop it, and began running back toward his house. His legs moved faster than they ever had before, fueled by the thrill of discovery. He couldn't wait to show his parents what he had found. When he finally reached home, he burst through the door, nearly out of breath. "Mom! Dad! You won't believe what I found!" Leo called out as he ran into the living room, holding the egg up high. His mother, who was sitting at the kitchen table reading, looked up in surprise. "Leo! What is it? What's all the excitement about?" Leo's father, who was tinkering with tools in the garage, walked into the room as well. He glanced at his son, intrigued by his energy. "What's going on, buddy?" he asked. Leo held out the egg, his eyes shining with wonder. "Look, I found a dinosaur egg in the forest." His mom's eyes widened. She took a step closer, inspecting the egg carefully. That's incredible, Leo. But where did you find it?" "In the woods behind the house," Leo replied, his voice full of awe. "It's a real dinosaur egg. I'm sure of it." His dad knelt down to get a closer look. "It certainly looks like one," he said thoughtfully. "But how did it end up in our forest? Dinosaurs have been gone for millions of years." "I don't know," Leo said, shaking his head. "But it's real, and I need to take care of it." After a moment of silence, his parents exchanged glances. Leo's mom smiled gently. "Well, it seems we've got ourselves a mystery. Let's take care of it and see what happens." They decided to keep the egg in a warm, safe spot. Leo placed it gently in a basket by the fireplace, wrapping it in soft towels to keep it cozy. They all gathered around the fire, watching it closely, eager to see if anything would happen. The days passed, and Leo's excitement only grew as the egg showed signs of life. It would twitch, and sometimes Leo could hear tiny cracks forming inside. His heart would race every time he saw it move. One evening, just as the sun was setting, the egg gave a loud crack. Leo gasped, his eyes wide with anticipation. The crack spread, and before Leo could even blink, the egg split open with a soft pop. From the broken shell, a tiny creature emerged. It was a small, green dinosaur, covered in soft scales with a yo, tiny tail and wings that fluttered weakly. Leo stared in awe. "It's a baby dinosaur," he whispered, his voice full of wonder. The little dinosaur blinked up at him with big, curious eyes, clearly dazed from its journey into the world. Leo's heart swelled with love for this tiny creature that seemed to be both magical and real at the same time. It was the most amazing thing he had ever seen. His parents were just as amazed, but they couldn't help but laugh at how quickly Leo had become attached to the little dinosaur. "What are we going to do with it?" his mom asked, a mix of amusement and concern in her voice. "We're going to take care of it," Leo said firmly. "It's my responsibility. I'll name it Dino." Over the next few weeks, Dino grew rapidly, though it still remained small enough to fit comfortably in Leo's arms. The two became inseparable. Leo spent every moment he could with Dino, teaching it how to walk, fly short distances, and even communicate in its own gentle way with chirps and soft roars. The little dinosaur loved to follow Leo around as he explored the woods, always curious about everything in sight. But as Dino grew, so did the mystery surrounding its origins. One day, while Leo and Dino were playing in the woods, they stumbled upon a hidden valley deep within the forest. The valley was unlike anything Leo had ever seen. Towering trees, thick ferns, and strange glowing flowers that illuminated the valley floor. In the center of the valley, there was an enormous nest made of large, smooth stones. And nestled inside the nest were dozens of eggs, each one glowing with a soft, warm light. Suddenly, a deep, rumbling voice echoed through the valley, and Leo froze, looking up in surprise. Standing on a cliff above them was an enormous, majestic dinosaur with wings that stretched wide like a soaring eagle. Its eyes were wise and kind, and its presence filled the valley with a sense of peace. "You have found my eggs," the dinosaur said in a voice that resonated deep in Leo's chest. "And you have cared for my lost baby." Leo's mouth went dry. "I didn't know. I didn't realize. How did I find your egg?" The great dinosaur descended gracefully to the valley floor, lowering its head to Leo's level. "The egg was lost long ago. It wandered away from my nest, but now it has found its way back to me." Leo smiled, feeling both awed and humbled by the encounter. "I'm so glad I could help," he said softly. The dinosaur nodded, a warm smile on its face. "You have a kind heart, Leo. Keep this as a reminder of your adventure." With a flick of its tail, the dinosaur gifted Leo a small, glowing stone, a reminder of the magical bond they shared. Then, with a final, gentle nod, the dinosaur took off into the sky, disappearing into the clouds. From that day forward, Leo knew that the world was full of mysteries and wonders. And though his days of caring for Dino had come to an end, his adventures were far from over. The glowing stone he kept in his pocket served as a reminder that sometimes the most incredible discoveries were the ones that found you. Thanks for watching Story Sprouts. We hope you had fun and felt the magic. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and ring the bell so you can join us for more amazing stories and adventures. See you next time, little adventurers!